guys, my name is Iasmina and welcome back to my channel. I finished another sketchbook and so this video will be a tour and a flip through of my newest completed sketchbook. This is a watercolor sketchbook, so there's a lot of watercolor, gouache and acrylics in this, but not only that, but mostly that. So yeah, if you're curious to see what's inside, please do keep on watching. Okay guys, so here it is. Here is the third completed sketchbook that I've shown this before in my previous sketchbook tours, which of course I will also link here in the card symbol and in the description. So this sketchbook is a moleskin watercolor Art Plus sketchbook and landscape ratio, and it has 72 pages. The dimensions are 5 inches by 8 inches or A5, and it has 200 GSM or 135 pound paperweight, and it costs somewhere around $15 to $20 depending on where you buy it from and when. So it is quite a pricey sketchbook, but I thought it was awesome. It was really nice sketchbook to work in. So this is what it looks like on the front. It also has this elastic band to keep it together. As usual, I just put a lot of stickers on them because I think that's really fun. This was actually the first ever sketchbook that I purchased, and that's why I started such a long time ago, and I just recently finished it because I also worked in different sketchbooks that I've shown you before, but this is the first sketchbook that I ever tried and that I ever started. And so you will see the very beginnings of my art in this, and also most recent ones, so that might be interesting. Well, I shouldn't say the very beginnings because I used to make art a lot when I was younger, but in recent years at least. This is the oldest that I have. So let's start. Again, I have a lot of stickers, and I started this December 2018 and I finished it January 2020. This page right here, which I should show you like this, probably. So this page right here was the very first thing I ever did with watercolors. I bought a small set of Winsor & Newton watercolors, a few brushes, and this sketchbook. Those were my very first art supplies, and this is the very first piece of art that I did with that, and I overworked this so much. This took me so long and so many layers because, as you can imagine, I had no idea what I was doing. I hadn't touched watercolors since I was in middle school, I think, at that point, because I was never really a big fan of watercolors, like in middle school and high school, simply because I guess we were using the wrong kind and we weren't taught to use them properly or on the proper paper. But yeah, I wanted to make this sort of galaxy forest landscape thing, and it's not the worst thing in the world, I'll just say that, but it's definitely, yeah, it's definitely not the best, and it just took me so long because I had no idea what I was doing. And then on this side I tried my hand at painting some foxes. I really liked this fox. I tried to do it, I saw a tutorial somewhere online how to paint like fluffy foxes, but this watercolor paper is not the best for this. It's not 100% cotton, and the way it's sized and the way it's made means that it handles watercolors and it does things with watercolors differently, and this isn't the best for that effect, for that fluffy effect. It doesn't spread out so nicely, but it's also probably because I didn't really know what I was doing when I made these, but yeah. I tried painting a tree in watercolor, and this was my first attempt at painting a tree, and it's not great. And just for comparison, here is a tree that I've done more recently in my previous sketchbook, sort of the same concept, but you know, just so much more interesting and using different colors for shading and things, and just, yeah, it just looks so much better than, you know, than this, but you know, you have to start somewhere. Oh, I really like this one. Sorry for all of the turning, but you know, I want to show you properly. I really do like this winter forest scene. I do think this ended up coming out really nicely, so I am pretty proud of this. I tried some cats. Two more things that I saw on Pinterest that I thought was really cool. I kind of messed it up a little bit because the gouache on this side smudged this painting. Not sure how well you can see that actually, so should have probably not mentioned it, but no. I really like doing galaxies in watercolor, as you might have noticed, and also splatters. Galaxies and splatters are great. So I really like these two, and this one right there. Then some more landscape scenes. I'm not a big fan of this one, but I do like the cloud effect in this one. These are two paintings that I made from pictures that I took while on vacation to Spain, near Barcelona. And yeah, I wanted to try my hand at sort of urban sketching. There's a specific style to urban sketching that I really, really love doing. Or I love watching other artists paint. And I really tried to sort of emulate that, but it didn't go very well, I think. But I still do like these paintings. It's just not exactly sort of what I was going for. I also really like this snowdrops painting here. I also think this turned out really cute. Not a big fan of this one. And then two very colorful pages of some jellyfish and some sunflowers. And I think that is, yeah, so this up until here was everything that I did in like the very beginning of 2019. And then I moved on to working in other sketchbooks that I've shown you before. And so this I started after I finished my second sketchbook. So I started it in, I guess, December of 2019, and now it's January. So it only took me about a month or two to finish the sketchbook, which is actually kind of insane. For me at least, but yeah, these are two gouache landscapes that I'm really fond of. I like the sort of minimalist gouache landscapes, so I really, really like this style. And then I also did a lot of abstract art in the sketchbook. I was really inspired to just mess around with paint, and I watched some abstract artists doing their thing, and I just was really, really inspired to make more abstract art. And I know it's not for everyone, but I really, really like it, and you'll see more of that later on. This was just a winter scene in a reindeer. So here is more of abstract art, and I loved making these. These are so much fun. There's so many layers and so many different mediums combined, and I just love the overall effect that something like this has. And again, I understand abstract art is not for everyone, but I love looking at abstract art. It makes me so happy, and also making it is the most, like, one of the most fun ways to make art, personally, I think. And here as well, I just did something similar, just in different color schemes. I really like these as well. And like, you know, when you pass your fingers over it, it's just, you can feel all the different texture. I don't think you can see it very well, you know, on the camera, but there's just a lot of interesting textures to these paintings. So I really, really like that. One of the issues is I did a layer of fixative and a layer of Mod Podge on each to protect them, but that also means they get really sticky together, and so you can see sort of bits of them coming off, but it's okay. It's just a sketchbook, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, so you can see I had an abstract art phase that I really, really enjoyed doing. And this is when I got a couple more acrylic paints, and I just swatched them out and just tried to do something quick with the new paints. I also really like these two. This is a Gouache Waterfall there's a tutorial for this somewhere on YouTube. It's not mine, obviously, and I just try to follow it, and I really did like the way this turned out. I really like the colors, like the dark, intense blue and the pink. I think it works really well. And then this is done in watercolor, and I really like this as well, but you can see bits of the other painting kind of stuck on this one, but that's okay. Yeah, some more abstract art. I'm pretty sure I did this again while playing D&D. It's just like so much fun to do this sort of stuff when you're doing something else, so it's just like pretty mindless but also intentional. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a lot of fun to make. Here I have a kind of a sea landscape with some bold colors. I really like that. And then on the other side I have my attempt at Map of the Soul 7, the new BTS album, when, yeah, the album art for that sort of came out. Just wanted to make something inspired by that. It didn't turn out great, but... And again, both of these were inspired by Map of the Soul 7 Shadow comeback trailer that came out recently, and I was just inspired to do something creepy, and obviously shadow is a big part of this, and also this. Some creepy shadows in the forest. Some more abstract art. I also really liked both of these pages. This was done in Posca pens. And some small gouache paintings of flowers and leaves. Then I got a new set of metallic watercolors that I swatched here, and also a very fine masking fluid pen that I wanted to try out. So this is the brand of the metallic watercolors, and then I tried doing something here with them. So I just had a little bit of fun with the new art supplies. And same thing here, I got a bunch of new watercolors and I swatched them out, and then I got some gesso and some glass gel that's kind of used as an adhesive that I tried out, and a new brush, and you know, just want to use my sketchbook for everything, even if it's just swatching, but I think it's fun. Oh, I really like this one. I really like this landscape. I think it turned out, I really love the style. I think it's very simple, muted kind of watercolors, but it just looks really nice. I don't know how to explain it, but I really love this style, and I love how that turned out. And I just found these on Pinterest and I thought they were really cute, so I just did them here. Then this is when Black Swan single came out, and I just had some fun. And this is a letter that was sent to me by an author who sent me their book, and I just thought it was really nice, so I put it in here. I really like the way this turned out, and I really like this color. This dark blue color, just messing around with that is really fun. Also inspired by the new BTS song that just came out, Black Swan. Some lyrics from that song. I really, really like that song. I'm so excited for the album. And this is very messy because these are quick charcoal landscapes. So I just messed around with a piece of charcoal, and I sprayed fixative on both of these, but I guess it's when it's so much charcoal, it's not really enough. So it's It's a bit messy, but that's okay. I really like the style as well. It's very simplistic, but I like it. And that is it. Don't think I have anything in here. Yeah, that is my newest completed sketchbook. Mostly watercolor, gouache, and some acrylics. A lot of abstract art, a lot of landscape paintings, and I really enjoyed this, and I finished it really quickly. I just realized that it was actually crazy how quick I finished this, but I really enjoyed working in the sketchbook. And as a quick sneak to what I'm working on next, I picked up this sketchbook to working next. This is a Leuchtturm 1917, if you can see that there. But yeah, this is what I'll be working in next. Of course, I will show you guys around this when it's done. For now, I hope you enjoyed looking through my watercolor sketchbook, and I hope this was a bit inspiring for you guys to pick up your watercolor paints and brushes and just make some art, because it's a lot of fun. And yeah, that was it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in a new video. Bye!